Right now, somewhere on Earth, someone is standing at the edge of the ocean, looking at the horizon, and feeling nothing but curiosity. That feeling is new. It's maybe 65,000 years old, if that, because for almost the entire time humans have existed, the ocean wasn't something you looked at. It was the edge of the world, the place where the map and the story simply stopped. And then, one day, someone crossed it anyway. Most people assume the first ocean crossing looked something like a small, dramatic breakthrough. A single clever person, a single clever boat, a single aha moment that changed everything. That's not what happened. And the real story is a lot stranger, because it turns out there wasn't just one first crossing. There were at least 3, separated not by years, but by hundreds of thousands of years, and possibly by different species entirely. Let's start with the one we're most sure about. Around 65,000 years ago, modern humans, people exactly like you, same brain, same body, reached Australia. To do it, they had to cross a series of ocean straits with no land bridge and no land in sight. The largest stretch, spanning more than 40 miles of open water. No animal that size had ever made a crossing like that before. Not one. Archaeologists studying the region have found stone tools and fire pits at sites like Majed Bebe in northern Australia, dated to right around this window. Solid evidence that people arrived in numbers large enough to found a population that's still there 65,000 years later. This is the crossing most textbooks call the first. For a long time, that's where the story ended. Archaeologists have found stone hand axes and cleavers, over 30 of them, scattered across more than 20 sites, that don't belong there. Crete has been surrounded by open sea for millions of years. There's never been a land bridge. Whoever left those tools had to cross water to reach it. And the dating on some of these sites pushes back well past 100,000 years, with newer, more contested findings suggesting sea crossings in the Mediterranean may go back as far as 450,000 years. Here's the part that should stop you. Modern humans hadn't even reached that region yet, which means whoever made that crossing wasn't us. It might have been Neanderthals. It might have been an even older relative. Either way, the story just stopped being about Homo sapiens proving how clever we are. It became about something else entirely. In 2025, archaeologist Adam Broom and a team led by researcher Budianto Hakim published findings in the journal Nature about stone tools found on Sulawesi, an Indonesian island separated from the mainland by open water the whole time it's existed. The tools are at least 1 million years old. That's not a typo. 1 million years before anything we'd recognize as a modern human existed anywhere on Earth. The leading suspect isn't us. It's Homo erectus, a much older, smaller-brained relative who somehow ended up on an island that should have been unreachable. And here's where it gets almost unsettling. Researchers don't think this crossing was even intentional. Broom has proposed that these early hominins didn't build boats at all. They may have been swept out to sea by accident, clinging to floating mats of vegetation or uprooted trees during a tsunami or storm surge, and simply washing up somewhere new, alive, in numbers large enough to survive. Not an invention. An accident that a species happened to survive. That accident may explain one of the strangest fossil finds of the last 20 years. Tiny, 3-foot-tall human relatives discovered on Flores in 2004. Nation of Homo erectus got stranded on that island by an accidental crossing just like this one, and over hundreds of thousands of years of isolation shrank. A process called island dwarfism, the same thing that happens to large animals cut off on small islands with no predators and limited food. A single accidental raft ride may have created an entire new branch of the human family tree. So which one was actually first? Right now, nobody can say for certain. The 65,000-year Australia crossing is the most solid. The assumption that ocean crossing required a modern human brain, planning, language, deliberate boat building, appears to be wrong. It may have happened by accident, in a heavier-browed, smaller-brained relative, over 1 million